Welcome to Quant Finance. And all of you know that channel name is Quant Finance and it is about quantitative finance. And many users, many subscribers were asking, okay, give us a meaning of term quantitative finance, what it is all about, what it entails. So this is what we are discussing today. But before I talk, I want to show you just 10 applications of quantitative finance. No big deal, just 10 applications, and then I will talk about what quantitative finance entails. So this is first application of quantitative finance, and this application is trying to find the price of options, call option it can be or put option it can be, right, using Black-Scholes model. And here in this case the call option price is this, and definitely these are the parameters used in calculating the call option price, right? So second application is here, where we are trying to give 3D visualization to call option prices. So these prices have been calculated using Black-Scholes model, but now we are building a 3D visualization of that. This is second example. And third is this Gordon growth model for calculating the share value, the equity price, right? And this is a third application of applied quantitative finance. And let us take this fourth application, where we are using capital asset pricing model, and this is used here, and the inputs are entered by user: risk-free rate, beta, and market risk premium, and then there is a plot which gives us cost of equity based on the value of beta. So this is a fourth application. The next fifth one is here we are doing the volume analysis. So we take a stock, it may be Apple stock here, or you can enter any other stock name. You can enter the date range, start date, end date, and it will plot the value of that stock. And here in the background, the little grayed out is the gray colored is the volume, that what is this price, and on this date what was the volume of the volume traded, right? So this is real time information, right? And you can do it for any other stock as well. So then here in this application we are calculating the moving average, convergence, divergence, right? And then here we are trying to find the not find but forecast actually the value of stock. Maybe it is Microsoft stock or Apple stock, and this is another application. And in this application a similar series is already going on our channel, application of normal distribution in quantitative finance or corporate finance, I should say. And here the probability density function as well as cumulative density function is calculated, and you can watch that series. It is already in progress. And then let us take one more example, and this is about portfolio analysis. Right. So there is a multi-asset portfolio, and we are using Sharpe ratio, and we are calculating, we are giving these inputs, right, for all the assets: asset 1, asset 2, asset 3, asset 4, asset 5. So there are 5 assets in the portfolio, and we enter whatever is required: expected return, risk-free rate, standard deviation for each asset, and then we compare it with standard performance, and then we calculate the Sharpe rate for all the assets here, and then we do the visualization of that, right? And then finally, there is one more application that I want to share. And here we are trying to understand candlestick charting. Right? In technical analysis, we do a lot of candlestick charting, right? So how candles are drawn and stuff. Right? So all this is a part of applied quantitative finance. So thought I must first of all give you some applications which would explain applied quantitative finance. So we are doing all these things in applied quantitative finance, right? What was happening in the pure quantitative finance, right? I will show that after 1 minute. In this 1 minute, you will be watching a, a message and listening to some music, and it is actually about quantitative finance. And after that, I will talk more about quantitative finance. So what happens in pure quantitative finance is we read a book, right? And the book kind of gives you the explanation that this is how the Black-Scholes model is derived, right? So there are certain steps, and finally here we see that the value of call option in is calculated through Black-Scholes model this way. So this is that formula, and when we go in the class, definitely. So then teacher starts explaining the same thing on the board, right? Those derivations and stuff. Then couple of things make sense, couple of things don't make sense. And then you log into ChatGPT and then you start asking the same question, right? Okay, how to understand the uh, Black-Scholes model, right? And then it will give you, okay, how to do the partial derivative, and then get the partial derivative equation and then solve the partial derivative equation and then get the value of call option pricing using Black-Scholes model. But in the Quant Finance app, we did it in very different way, right? We did a web app, we created a web app based on these formulations, and then definitely we did study call option pricing using Black-Scholes model. I will now play that full video for you and explain that okay, this is how we understand Black-Scholes model, right? What user needs to enter, what formula Python would do, and how the calculations would be done. All this is explained in upcoming video. So watch it, and then I will come to conclude on Black-Scholes model in particular and quantitative finance in general. So here I am talking about Black-Scholes option pricing model. So essentially this web app has three tabs. First is Black-Scholes formula tab, where we have the actual formula, and then implementation. So we have done this web app where we have this implementation. There is a graph, there is a table, we will talk about it. And then there are applications of Black-Scholes model in the third app. So let us start. Let us start from formula, and go to implementation and then of course applications. So here we see that we have been provided with this formula to calculate the call option price. So here we see that value of C, which is call option price, is equal to S naught times phi of D1 minus X times E to the power negative RT times phi of D2. So this is how the call option price is calculated using Black-Scholes model. And essentially we see that two things have to be calculated here, D1 and D2. In order to compute D1 and D2, we need to essentially have S naught, we need to have X, we need to have R, we need to have T, and with these we can compute whole expression. While calculating D1 and D2, we need an extra input which is a sigma, and it is a reflector of volatility in finance. We know this symbol sigma, and sigma is used in statistics to represent standard deviation, but in finance we mostly use it to represent volatility. When these five inputs are provided, which the user will enter in the implementation part here, current stock price S naught, strike price X, time to expiration in a number of years, which is T, and risk-free rate, which is 5% by default, but user can select from 0 to 20%, and volatility, which is represented by sigma, can go from 1% to essentially 100%. So when these five inputs are provided by the user, then these will be reflected here in the table, and then this will be used to calculate the value of C according to this formula, and then these values will be plotted here in the graph, and then definitely it shows effect of stock price on call option price. So the table below would give us values of stock price and then corresponding value of option price, right? So if the stock price is 100 according to this formula, then at these variables, at these inputs, the value of call option would be $10.45. This is quantitative finance coverage. It includes all the things that are coming up in next 11 slides. See you later. Enjoy the music and get to know the coverage of this quantitative finance applications that we will be dealing with, and we will be showing here at Quant Finance with help of web apps. See you later. Make sure to complete this presentation. Learn about quantitative finance coverage before you leave. Here follows musical introduction to quantitative finance.